All right. It is right at the top of the hour, actually, the half hour. I'm Tanya Smith, and this is Mindfully Marketing. I am super excited to be here with you this evening. So, let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself like really strapped for time? I mean, really strapped for time. I know, especially if you're an entrepreneur who is a woman with a number of different responsibilities, whether you have children or you have a corporate career that you're juggling along with trying to manage a business, or there are lots and lots of other things that you could be responsible for, male or female. If you're in that position where you're super busy and you know in your heart of hearts that you would love to have a 30-day plan ready to go, but it just doesn't happen all the time for your Instagram and Facebook stories, then this is going to be the quick show for you. I'm going to share in this episode some easy ways to quickly post a story for your stories marketing. So if you're ready, let's get ready to start, and we'll jump right into our social media stories episode for this week. All right, guys, welcome again. My name is Tanya Smith, and I am on Facebook Live right now, taking your questions and also sharing with you some of my best tips and trends and any information that you might need around stories marketing. Now, I will start by saying that I am not an expert, and I don't think anybody is yet, because we're all learning how to use stories marketing. And this is for Facebook, Instagram, and even Snapchat if you're a Snapchat person. What I have found is that YouTube also, by the way, has added stories. In fact, recently this week, you'll want to know this. This week, they are beginning to launch a new way to actually swipe through your YouTube video so that it looks similar to stories. So how about that? So I think that we're finding that this is a very successful way to share information, and consumers are loving it, meaning people who are consuming your content and your information really want the option of having the stories platform at their disposal. So if you are missing the opportunity by not having your content on stories, please start getting with the program. Follow me and we will learn together. You can join and subscribe right here on the channel, whether you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube or any other channel, and I'll be talking about stories marketing every week. So one of the things that I promised I'd share is my 3 quick and easy ways to actually create a story. And what I'm going to do is a quick demo using my iPad so that you can actually see on screen the apps that I'm talking about and some of the things that I tend to do when I am basically strapped for time and trying to come up with a last minute story. Now, you might be asking, if you're not familiar with stories, why would we do that? So let me share that with you too before we get into some of the demo. Basically, with stories, if you are not familiar, just in case you're not familiar, stories actually leave your feed or leave the story platform after 24 hours. The only way that you can actually keep the time or extend the time of your story is to highlight it if you're using Instagram. And in Facebook, I don't believe that there is a feature yet to extend that time. So those are the ways, or that's the only way that you're able to keep it visible longer than 24 hours. Well, what that means for you is that you constantly have to be coming up with some type of content, because you want to have stories in there at least every day, right? But if you haven't sat down and really planned out your strategy and don't have an editorial calendar for your stories, then it makes it a little difficult. And I will say, as much as I have spent time doing content marketing and content strategy for others and for my clients, I sometimes fall behind. And you've probably noticed this if you've followed me for any length of time. There are going to be periods of time where there's other things going on, other things happening. And so you want to make sure, though, that you're still visible and that you're getting yourself noticed and that you're consistent. And so I'm going to share with you some quick hitter ways that if I happen to be, for instance, in my corporate role, or I'm somewhere else and I realize, oh my goodness, I didn't post a story for today, I'll give you my 3 super quick and easy ways to actually remedy that with a quickness. So let's start with number 1, and I'm going to do something really quickly here. I want to switch over to my desktop And so you'll see a bunch of funky windows for a minute, but let me minimize those. What you should see on screen right now is my iPad. And I'm going to double check this real quick just to make sure that that is what you're able to see. Okay, yes, awesome sauce. So if you can see my iPad right now, what you'll find is that there are two apps, and I'm going to share those with you first and then give you a third way to quickly and easily post. So the first way, and this is an app, the first way I create a very quick and easy story is by going to WordSwag. So WordSwag is an app, and it is not free. I think there may be a free trial. You'll have to double check this, but it's available both on iPhone and your Android phone. And what it allows you to do is to quickly create images in just about any size. So I'm going to show you what I do. If I'm in a hurry and I realize that I forgot to create a story for today, then I'm going to go to their library, or I may go to my own library, my camera library, or I will go to free photos right there. That's their library. And you'll notice that there's lots and lots of different options. I believe that this is pulling from the free app Pexels. It's either Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S, or Pixabay.com. And so you can go through here and literally, you can even type in certain words. So what if I type in, let's see, smile, and then I'm going to pull up some of the free photos that happen to come with it, right? And honestly, one of the things I really like to do the most is to type in landscapes, because those make, in my mind, some of the best backgrounds or backdrops. You can also type in desktop, or you can type in computer or office or something to that effect. So see how there's lots and lots of different options for you here, right? So let's just pick one. We're going to pick one that could be used. There's one. So we're going to pick this scenery, right? And notice at the very bottom here in your app, and this is on my iPad, but if you were actually viewing this on your iPhone, let me kind of turn it a little bit so you can see what that looks like. There we go. So on your iPhone, you'll see again at the very bottom, there is now an option for you to choose the shape or the size. And so what I'm going to choose is the one for Instagram stories. And so it automatically resized it exactly where I needed it to be. So when I click on next, now it gives me the ability to be able to add text. And what I'm going to add right here, I'm going to double click it. This is what's really cool if you're in a hurry and you need that super quick way. What I can do is actually X that out right there, because I don't want double click me as my text. But look over on the left hand side. See that over here? And you'll see options. So they even have built-in quotes that you can pull from. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. You're free to choose. So how about this one? We'll do this one right here. And then you have options to be able to change the way that this looks on your image. So maybe we blow that up. I can also change what the image itself looks like. So I can filter it. I can change colors, make it darker, lighter. I can put it into the color of my branded font, which is what I'm going to do in this instance. And then I will save it as an image, and you're able to share right away. So you can share to your Instagram stories from right inside. The other option that you'll notice is that you have the opportunity to add your logo, which I'm not going to do right now, but just know that that's available. So that's one way that I actually, one idea that I use for actually sharing quickly, because I don't have time and I realize, oh my goodness, I need to put a story up for my stories marketing today. One of my quickest ways is using WordSwag. So now I'm going to give you my second quickest way, and this is if you are interested in doing some type of video or animated image to put into your Instagram stories. And I actually did I did a video earlier this week in my Tuesday toolbox that talked about this app. So let me switch back over here so you can see this app. And this one is called, let me make sure I put that down there. This one is called Ripple, R-I-P-L. So if you need a little bit more information and want to hear more about how to use Ripple, Go back to my Tuesday toolbox for this week. Today is January 18th, so the date would have been around the 14th or so. But check that video for more information about using the Ripple app. But this is a very quick and easy way to actually come up with Instagram stories in a video format, so you can animate your story. You can market something, you can come up with another quote. One of the reasons why I like to use the video is because I do my promotions and I share when I have a new blog post. So just lots of different ways that you can do this. And what you're going to do basically is click on the plus sign. You're going to add your text. You're going to resize it to fit your Instagram story. And then you're going to add photos or use photos that they have available, similar to the app that we just looked at. So those are my top 2 ways that we actually use Instagram story cheat sheets. Those are my cheats for creating one. And I say Instagram, but also remember, keep in mind that you have Facebook stories available to you as well. And if you're using Instagram stories, you might as well start using Facebook stories too, because I see Facebook really coming up with more and more features that are going to be available to us all, because they're seeing how successful, especially with the statistics that I'm looking at lately, they're seeing how successful the platform has become and is becoming. So just look for that opportunity to be able to create vertical videos and vertically sized images. Now, my third way, because I promised you 3 different ways, didn't I? My third way is going to be simply by going to the Instagram app itself. So let me see if I can pull that up, and I'm going to show you what I do with that. And let's switch back over to our app. All right, so I'm going to try to show you what I do. Here's my third and final quick cheat sheet way for you to actually come up with an Instagram story. So I'm going to go into Instagram, and as I go in here, I'm going to click on the Instagram stories. Hey, can you see me there? Okay, and so here's my third and final way that we're going to cheat a little bit and create a very quick Instagram story. So first of all, you can take a picture of yourself. You can just scoot it over and use type and actually type in, this is a simple, a simple and easy story, right? Okay, and then we're going to put that there, and then maybe you still will have a picture of yourself in there. And then you're going to simply, now what I have mine set up to do is, notice at the bottom left corner there, you can see that I have the stories are also posting on my business page for Facebook at the same time as it's posting in my business page for Instagram. So you have that option. You can add hashtags, you can add questions, and this is kind of a neat little thing too. You can add other images, but there's lots and lots of different features. If you do want to know more about how to use these features, be sure to go check out my Instagram Stories course, because I have lots and lots of good information there on how to actually get started with Instagram Stories. So to get there, simply go to mindfully.link/stories, and you'll see information about my course. So I am just excited that I had a chance to meet with you this evening and to talk with you about my 3 super easy ways to create an Instagram or Facebook stories, to do any of your social media stories when you feel like I'm behind and I need to get something out there. I'm going to check real quick and make sure we don't have any questions that are posted here in the feed. I know many people are watching the Facebook Lives later on, so if you happen to be watching and you're not live with me, please be sure to put in #replay, because I want to know that you were here and watching the replay. And I'm trying to kind of keep a little eye on stats too, as far as how many people are actually watching live at this time of day and how many people are actually watching the replay, and is there a better time of day for us to do the live event. I love the live event because then I can actually answer your questions in real time. All right, I don't see any questions at this time, but if you do have some, leave them in the comments for me and let me know, what are your quick and easy ways, your ideas for creating stories for your stories marketing? I'm curious if you're using a different type of app, if you're using some other type of method, you're not using the built-in features in Instagram yet, but you want to know more about how to do that, then definitely reach out to me, ask a question, or feel free to go and check out my stories course at mindfully.link/stories. So I hope that you have enjoyed this and you've learned a little bit from it. We try to keep these really quick and short. If you would like to learn more about stories marketing, be sure to follow me here on Facebook at Tanya Smith Online. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile link at Tanya Smith Online. And on YouTube, it is Tanya Smith. So I am looking forward to hearing your questions and getting your thoughts about the best tools and quick and easy cheats for creating your own stories in your stories marketing. Guys, take care and have an amazing weekend. It's been my pleasure to be with you tonight. This has been Tanya Smith of Mindfully Marketing, and thank you so much for watching.